Let's continue with our pelvic bowl series. We'll go into our circles with our low back. So we'll splash water on belly button, over one hip, down between the thighs and over the opposite hip. Let's inhale for the first half of the circle and exhale for the second half. Breathing as we go. Let's pause, reverse directions. Shoulders can soften. And then we'll find our neutral pelvis. From here, let's place our hands on our hip bones, our fingertips on our hip bones, and just feel where they are in space. We're going to float one leg up to tabletop. And as we do that, just notice that the hip bones, we're going to try and keep them fairly level. We'll float that leg down. We'll float the left leg up, hip bones staying fairly level. And we'll float that leg down. Let's add our breath. Exhale, leg floats. Inhale, leg down. Exhale, leg floats. Inhale, down. Let's check in with the shoulders. As the leg floats, can we keep the shoulders soft? You may notice as you do that you start to feel the core kick in a little bit more. Let's do one more on each side. We're going to bring feet and knees together. And now we'll go, if you want, into double knee lifts. If you prefer to do single, you're going to just continue on with what we were just doing. Inhale to prepare. And as we exhale, both legs float up. And then as we inhale, we'll lower the legs down. Also just noticing with the low back here, as we exhale and float the legs, we are not wanting the low back to arch away from the mat. So you may want to tuck fingertips under your low back, or if you have a towel or something that you want to place there for feedback. Shoulders are soft. And still feeling this movement happening in the hip socket. We're going to do one more, floating the legs up, and we're going to pause here. And if you're comfortable with it, we'll take our arms and we're going to cross them, make an X. Oops, I knocked my mic here. We're going to make an X, crossing one finger over to each shoulder. And we're going to go into our pelvic circles here. So we'll splash water on belly button, over one hip, down between the thighs, and over the opposite hip. Inhaling for the first half of the circle and exhaling for the second half. And really thinking about the pelvis driving this movement. And then we'll pause and we'll reverse directions. Really waking up those low abdominals. Notice what shape you're drawing. And we'll come through center. We'll bring our arms down to the side, and we're going to slowly lower our feet until they're just hovering over the mat. We're going to feel our low back not arching. We're going to feel our ribs heavy, and we're going to just hold here for 10, 9, shoulders soft, 7, keep breathing, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll lower the feet down. If you felt a little bit of shaking there, that's completely normal. From here, let's take our TheraBand and we're going to place both of our feet into the TheraBand. And we'll hold the ends with our hands. Elbows can be connected to the mat. And we'll bring our legs into tabletop. So we're going to revisit our movement from last week. So we're going to feel, if you want a towel under your low back, feel free to place one here now as well. We're going to feel for the ribs heavy and for that low back to stay connected to the mat as we extend the legs and straighten the arms, bringing the hands down to the floor. So legs can come up in 90 degrees or they can come out at 45, wherever is right for you tonight. We're going to bend both in. The more angled the legs are, the more challenging it's going to be to keep the ribs anchored and the low back from arching. And coming in, inhale here. Feel the collarbones wide, the shoulders anchored into the mat as we open. Inhale in. Exhale, open. Feeling the contact. Backs of the shoulders, shoulder blades. Inhale in. Backs of the ribs and back of the pelvis pressing out. Inhale in. We're going to go out one more time and we're going to pause out there. And we're going to do our arm pulses like we're doing the hundreds with our breath. So we'll inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing into the ribs. Inhale. Exhale. Collarbones wide. Shoulders heavy. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more breath cycles. Exhale. Last 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to bend in. Take a big breath. Good work. Let's put our feet down, but let's leave the band under our feet. We're going to do our angel arms. We're going to keep the band anchored under the feet so it doesn't come up and whack us on the bum. So make sure your feet stay down. And hold the band in whatever way is comfortable for you. We'll feel the ribs heavy. And we'll angel arms, the arms up and overhead. And then we'll angel arms, opening the arms down. Feel the connection of the arms into the shoulder blades and how the shoulder blades are gliding along the ribs so that you are in control of the band. I have an itchy ear. Keep going. Inhale as we bring the arms up. And exhale as we open down. Inhale, open up. Exhale down. Let's do 2 more here. Inhale, open. Support's coming from the back. 1 more time. Inhale, open. And exhale down. We'll release the band. We're going to put it to the side. We're going to bring our hands behind our head. Fingers are interlaced. We're going into our head floats here. So we'll feel elbows can be shining towards the sky. We're going to feel the collarbones, the shoulder blades wide on the back. And we'll nod the chin towards the throat. So we feel this lengthening through the back of the neck. And we'll inhale into the ribs. And as we exhale, we're going to peel head, neck, and shoulders up off of the mat. Inhale, let the head be heavy into the hands, finding that support from hands and arms into shoulder blades, into the ribs, the spine, and then all of those abdominal wrapping muscles. And then we'll lower the head back down. We'll inhale here. Exhale, shoulder blades wide, nod the chin, peeling up. And lowering back down. Keep going. I'm just fiddling with my microphone because it's slipping. Feel for that support in with the head into the arms so that we're lifting from our core. We're curling right up from the upper back. lowering back down. Peeling up, lifting up and over the breastbone or lifting up one more vertebrae. Feel the shoulder blades wide on the back and lowering down. We're going to go up and do some knee folds. You're welcome to stay with the head float or to leave the head down and do the knee folds like that. We'll inhale here. Shoulder blades wide, nod the chin towards the throat, peeling up. Feel the sacrum heavy on the mat. Rest the head into the hands, and we're going to float the right leg up to tabletop and lower it down. And the left leg up to tabletop and lower it down. Keep breathing, using your exhale to float the leg up and inhale to lower it down. And just checking in again with the hips. You can kind of see, because we're looking down at the pubic bone, trying to keep the hip bones fairly level as we alternate sides. Lengthening through the back of the neck. Make sure the chin's nodding towards the throat. We're going to do one more on each side. Can you lift up one more vertebra for the last two lifts? And lower, lowering down. Good work. We'll take a big breath here. We're going to build on, and we're going to come down between, lower the head in between each set. Feel free to do as much or little of the leg work as you want. So we'll have shoulder blades wide, nod the chin towards the throat. Inhale here. Exhale, peeling up. Let the head be heavy in the hands. We're going to float the right leg up to tabletop. We're going to extend it out to 45 degrees. We're going to bend it back into tabletop. And as that foot comes down, we'll lower the head. Inhale. Exhale, as we peel up, we'll float the left leg up to tabletop. We'll extend that leg out to 45 degrees. We'll bend it back in, and as the foot comes down, the head comes down. Inhale here. Exhale, floating up. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bending in. Inhale, everything comes down. Exhale, float. Shoulder blades wide on the back. Inhale, extend. Feel long through that leg. Bending in. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, down. Same thing with the hips here. Inhale. Exhale, up. As the leg extends, see if you can keep the hip bones level. Inhale in. No, exhale. I'm lost my breath. Inhale, down. We're going to do one more each side. Doesn't really matter what your breath pattern is. Just keep breathing, because as we know, that's part of what we need for our core to be able to function well. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale, extend. Exhale, in. And inhale, down. Excellent. Take a big breath here. Let's grab our TheraBand, and we're going to put our feet into the TheraBand again, and we're going to lengthen the legs long on the mat, preparing for a roll up. Legs are together, collarbone wide. We're going to inhale here, feeling long. Exhale, nod the chin towards the throat. Feel that lengthening through the back. Then float head, neck, and shoulders. Feel that head float position, upper back rounding, collarbones wide, and then continue to roll up. Keep that C curve. We're going to come over, take a breath, and then we'll stack up the spine. From here, we're going to press the arms back, feeling really tall, ribs hovering over pelvis, and we'll turn and look over one shoulder, and we'll turn and look over the other shoulder. We'll come through center, and we'll let that release. Let's put our band to the side. We're going to use it on our way down again, so have it nearby. And from here, we're going to take our legs into a diamond position like this. On the floor, though, not in the air. I'm just doing that so you can see. And if that position is not working for you, feel free to find a position that does work for you. From here, let's bring our arms forward in space, and we'll notice our collarbones are wide. And without moving your collarbones, see if you can reach your arms forward. You'll find that it's quite difficult to. And then we're going to allow the shoulder blades to widen and the collarbones to reach. See if you can reach a bit further. And then we're going to allow the spine to round. Shoulders are going to stay over hips. And notice that allows you to reach a little bit further. Then the spine's going to stack up. Collarbones move backwards in space. We're going to feel the shoulder blades gliding towards one another. And if you want, you can even bend the elbows in and we'll shine the breastbone up. We'll bring the arms forward. Feel collarbones move forward, shoulder blades widen. Create that C curve. Notice how that C curve and the wide shoulder blades work together. We're going to come stack up and then we'll glide shoulder blades towards one another. I'm making W arms because that's just what feels good for me. Shine the breastbone up. Inhale here. Exhale, coming forward. Feel the shoulder blades wide. Take a pause here. Feel a lifting sensation from the pubic bone up to the ribs. So we're sitting really tall in this position and just think, where else in Pilates do you see this position? And then we're going to come up, bring the shoulder blades closer together, shine the breastbone. One more time. We'll reach the arms forward, shoulder blades widen, C curve. Exhale here. Feel that lift through the spine. And then inhale, stacking the spine, bending the elbows, shining the breastbone up. And we'll come through center. From here, we are going to take that movement into a rolling like a ball. So we're going to start with just our balance point. We will take those diamond legs into the air and we're going to tuck our arms through that diamond and around to hold the outside. Toes are together. And then create that C curve shape. And we're going to be feel the shoulder blades wide, feel the length from pubic bone to ribs. So we're not sinking into our C curve. And let's just take a couple breaths here. We're going to inhale, breathe into the sides and back of the ribs, and exhale. And inhale, feel that length, and exhale. Maybe also feeling a nice stretch through the back or shoulder blades. I am. Inhale here. And exhale. Staying just like this, or if you want, on your next inhale, we're going to roll back to our shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale back up to balance point. And we're going to keep this C curve shape through our spine. That's the goal. Inhale back to shoulder blades. Exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale up. And the whole time you can go at your own pace here. I have a bump on my shirt. My shirt has a tie in the back and it kind of feels not very good rolling on it. But take a notice. Ooh, take a notice here where if you're rolling in a straight line or if your body's doing a diagonal. And if you notice that, just notice it. One more. Inhale back. Exhale up. Good. Using that exhale to help find our balance. And if you're not sure and you're not quite there yet, don't worry. It took me like a lot of years to find that. So we're going to bring the feet back down. Rolling like a ball is really nice. It gives us a little massage on our back, except for when you have knots on your back, then it doesn't feel so much like a massage. But it also is a really nice little gentle massage for the organs too. From here, we're going to keep our legs in a diamond shape and we'll bring our arms to our sides. We're going to grow tall, tall, tall. Sit bones are equally weighted. And we're going to come up and over. I'm going to just turn to the side so you can see me, into a side bend, breathing into the side body. And then coming up. So you can use either your inhale or your exhale to go over. The exhale is going to facilitate more of a stretch. To exhale in your bend will facilitate more of a stretch for the diaphragm, and it can help the spine, but also the exhale can facilitate the core to help you get back up. So just whatever's working for you tonight. Let's do one more on each side. Notice where the ribs are in space. Can you stack them over the pelvis? Coming up through center, we're going to bring the arms forward. Going into our torso twist, feeling that stack sensation of ribs over pelvis, and we'll rotate just the upper body, breastbone shines, and you can bend the elbow in the direction we're rotating and coming through center. Tops of the shoulders are soft. If you're feeling the shoulders creeping up to the ears, maybe imagine that the collarbones or visualize how the collarbones and the shoulder blades are resting on the ribs, being supported by the spine and the ribs. Let's do one more in each direction. I'm using my inhale on the rotation. It can help facilitate length as we rotate. Good, and we'll lower the arms down. I'm going to